Before I start the speech, I'd just like to thank you all and bear with me, because it could be quite an emotional speech. Everton have made quite a good sound this week. The big day has finally arrived, and whilst I'm sure Ed and Rich can't wait to do their speeches, it's my pleasure to give the first speech of the day. On behalf of Natalie and Ed, myself and Joanna, and Fred and Maureen, we'd like to thank you all coming today to celebrate their special day, and everyone that has helped and planned to prepare the day. I know they've spent a lot of time and effort in planning the day, and I think we'll all agree it's been a relaxed and enjoyable day so far, and we're only halfway through the day. I think the only thing that Natalie's had no control over is the actual speeches. Because as a dad, I wanted to make it right. I'm actually worried about it that much. I've had 3 vivid dreams where I've been turning up at the reception, mad with myself because I've not prepared a thing. So I knocked this together in the car coming down to the church. They were saying as well about how hard it was to actually organise the little finer details where people were sitting, and the arrangements. They didn't know where to put certain people, so they come up with a little sort of a plan of where people got the smallest presents. They were sat at the back of the hall. Lee, I don't know if you can hear me down there. The serious part of the day is all gone to plan, so let's all embrace the rest of the day and enjoy it to give them the day to remember. Right, advice. What advice can I give the happy couple? Well, I can give you plenty of advice on how not to do it. But from what I've seen from these 2, you don't need any advice at all. They're a young couple, but they're old-fashioned in the ways they romance. And the only advice I can see to Ed is if you just keep saying yes there, no there, and just agree, everything's nothing. It's all about give and take. Natalie gives the orders. Right, a few words about the young man that's married my daughter now. I'll keep this part short, so I know Rich has got a good 45 minutes to speak. It's at this part of the proceedings where you normally welcome the groom into the family, but I think we'll all agree that your feet are well and truly under the family. As a dad, it's always a worry when your daughter meets a partner. As we all know, when love strikes, there's so many variables that can go wrong that affects everyone that are involved. But Natalie has definitely struck the right person with Ed. But in saying that, her first fiance, he wasn't a bad lad. Two bacteria from Toxford. Seemed a lovely bloke. It all went wrong with the bank job that he was involved in. All joking aside, if I was to go out there and pick a husband for my daughter, I don't think I could make a better choice. I know he supports Aston Villa, or Aston Vanilla, we're always getting a licking. Every 1 year after a short time, it was keepers to please to. Natalie was going up from one end of the country to the other, and Ed vice versa, and it must have cost the lovebirds quite a few quid in petrol. While we're on that, I've got a little small lawn care business. If anyone wants the garden, to get back to Southport, just give me a shout. Joke aside, I'm back to Ed. Or back to his mum and dad, Maureen and Fred. I'd like to congratulate you both on producing a fine young man. And I know the cliche goes, I don't feel like I'm losing a daughter, I feel like I'm gaining a son. It's alright lads, that's one for the Anne Park Street. Right, a few words about my little daughter. I can remember opening my eyes the morning after Natalie was born, the 8th of the 8th, 88, and the first thought was how proud I felt of her. And there hasn't been a day since when I haven't felt that. But you get days like today when it just goes off the Richter scale. As a young girl though, I'm sure Joanna would say I had muck in my eyes regarding Natalie. If we had the kids, they'd get chucked into the back of the van and I'd be driving around and an argument would break out. I'd turn around and normally it'd be digging out the tube, there'd be spray coming out of his mouth and he'd be playing. And Natalie's just looking at him with her eyes open, it wasn't me, Dad. And it was only in the past 2 or 3 years that I realised that it's you. As a young girl though, she was very good. I can remember one incident at school where she wrote her own sick note instead of going to PE and she got found out. And you look at her now, she's about to enter her first marathon. And I'd say she's got a very good way of getting things done with people. I can remember once when she was leaving school and I got a phone call from her and it was the tone of her voice when she said Dad. It was, Dad? You know how much you love me? So I knew that there was a question coming afterwards. Can I have a leaving party at your house? I said, have you not asked your mum? She went, yeah. She said, ask your dad. So I left them to it and I thought, yeah, I'll go with it. So I went into town for a few drinks, come back about 2 or 3 hours later at 11:30, walked into the house, and Natalie did a brilliant impression walking down the stairs of being sober. It was a very good impression. The party was a great success, all except one girl being sick in his saucepan. My food's never been the same since. As a young girl, she did have big plans for the future settling down. She was buying cutlery and bits and pieces for her first house at the age of about 13, 14. All chucked into the loft ready. She is a very strong woman who can laugh at herself as well, which is a very good trait to have. And I'm sure having the 2 older brothers have put her in good stead, as they used to give her quite a bit of stick. She was so she doesn't take small things in life too serious. I know as I've grown older and wiser and more mature, no, I'll say that again, older and wiser, I embrace things in life more than what I used to when I was younger. And today is one of them days. I find it difficult to express words with feelings, but all I can say is today, I can feel the proudness pouring out of my skin. I get the feeling quite often when I watch her with Lily, her niece, and how their relationship has grown from one end of the country to the other. It's inspiring to watch her with children. It's inspirational. Another attribute she has got in abundance is her ability to connect with people. We've all met people that you might think they're alright, and she's alright, and he's alright, but when Natalie meets people, she just collects life friends, and she puts loads of time and effort into keeping relationships growing with people. It is very inspiring watching your daughter grow into a beautiful young woman, and today is one of them moments in life I'll never forget. Lots of dads have kids, lots of dads have daughters, but not all dads walk down the aisles with theirs. So to both of you, I thank you for that. So concluding my speech, I'll say to you, Ed, you've won the heart of a beautiful young lady, my daughter, and I wish you both a long and happy marriage. And I ask you to raise your glasses to toast Mr. and Mrs. Hadfield. Cheers. Cheers.
We're going to carry on with the speeches now. We're going to go to another two people. Before we carry on with the speeches, I'd like to say a few words myself. I'm very proud of my sister. She looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm proud of how happy she is, and thanks for making me so happy. And I'd also like to raise an individual toast. This toast is to a very special man. It's a special man who's made his partner a very happy lady. Not only his partner, he's made hundreds of people very happy. So to Andy Murray for winning
follow that. Good afternoon, everybody. Seriously, that's not good. It makes me the happiest man in the world to be able to stand here today and say in front of all of you, on behalf of my wife and I, welcome to our wedding, and thank you sincerely for sharing this special day with us. You've all taken a lot of time and effort to be here today. It's truly humbling and means so much to both of us, so thank you all. We really wouldn't have been the same without each and every one of you. Would have been a lot cheaper, obviously. Right. Now, this is probably the first and very last time Natalie's going to let me speak completely uninterrupted. So I'm going to try my advice, so apologies for speech times. As discussed, there's going to be quite a few toasts during this speech. So please make sure your glasses are recharged and don't make the whole thing the first one. So, yeah. Right, first of all, I'd like to thank Cole for his kind words of your wishes. Absolutely amazing speech, thank you. And to him and Gianna for entrusting me with their amazing daughter. You always hear the phrase, and Cole touched on it, sort of gaining on the family at weddings, but in truth, both they, Lee and Dean, from the moment I met them, they put me at ease instantly and accepted me wholeheartedly. And so I've been part of the family for quite a long time now. That is obviously apart from my nervously called Cole to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. It took him about a minute to work out who I actually was. Apparently he didn't have my number. Right, mother-in-law next. What can I say about Joanna? She's not your typical mother-in-law. Actually met her the same night that I met Natalie. In the bar in Southall about 1:30 in the morning. And that pretty much says what we need to know. No, since then it's been amazing. Since then it's been amazing. Not only is it a brilliant night, it's Natalie, but it's a friend to both of us. And yeah, also as our painter and decorator, our kitchen fitter, house builder, DIY expert, fantastic head organiser amongst other things. Just as a travel agent, she lets herself down a little. Let's do a bit of mixed up. It's alright, okay, I can't let this opportunity go by without thanking my mum, my dad and my sister Kate for their love and support over the years, and for welcoming Natalie into the family. Mum and Dad, I really genuinely couldn't have asked for better parents. All the love, support, help and guidance you've given me over the years is massively appreciated. I could never ever come close to repaying you both. Want me to, I want to say that we love you both dearly, and everything you do for me and for us is massively appreciated. So thank you. We've got a couple of gifts as a way of showing our gratitude. So while I put those out, would you all please grab your glasses and be upstanding, please? So our first close-up is the mums and dads. Sadly, while I wish they could be here today, they couldn't be present, unfortunately. So please, again, be upstanding, sorry. Join me in a toast. Having spent all week at the beauty parlour and the hairdressers, topping up their tans, getting their nails done, I'm sure you agree my ushers look fantastic. So Tom, Ollie, Mark, Phil, thanks ever so much for your help today. It's really been a huge work off both of our minds that you've been here to help us. I know this is covered elsewhere in the speeches, but I'd also like to briefly thank the bridesmaids for all the work they've done for Natalie. Thanks for convincing me that going through with it today is a really good idea. I know keeping a de-stress on a day like this is probably no mean thing. You all look absolutely stunning. I mean, where are you? You look absolutely wonderful, and genuinely it's a privilege having this part of our day, so thank you. So please stand again. Sorry. Join me in a toast, please, to the ushers and bridesmaids. As you all know, we've been planning this wedding for quite a long time. When I say we, obviously that is done with all of it. And it's the best thing about being a bloke with weddings is they sort of just happen around you. But several other people have contributed in no small way towards today. So firstly, I'd like to thank Mike, our wonderful photographer, not only for the video, every single one. for designing just where are we? Dean and Mark doing our readings, thanks guys. Liv, the loudest voice in the room. Nikki, who's not here today, coming to our rescue today. Massive thank you. That's one if you don't mind, to your friend. Arranged well with Kerry for all your help. Thank you so much, guys. Our caterers, headed up by Joe, to know Lynn here, so fine anyway. And to Father Ian and Mary as well, that helps. One other special mention, I don't know if they are, but to Edward and to Lily for being our pagework flower, they're so cute and wonderful. And I think they deserve a round of applause. Yeah. Right, so I'm really sorry if I've missed anyone out, but I've got like 24 minutes on the speech for respect, but I'll do it. Right, now to thank the star of the show, my wife. For agreeing to marry me and genuinely making me the happiest man in the world. Okay. First of all, I've got to congratulate you on your excellent taste. Tradition dictates that now's the time I tell a few funny stories about Natalie and trying to embarrass her. But I think Cole's already done that, and she dictates that I do no such thing. So I'll carry on. Natalie. Natalie, I love you in so many ways and for so many reasons. You genuinely understand me and know me like no one else ever did. You make me laugh so hard, smile so often, and you even laugh at my dreadful ghost.
Someone finds it funny,
Exactly, yeah. But above all else, because you're truly my best friend. And I've never met anyone that didn't instantly like you, as you do. So something I'm so perfectly here. You look even more beautiful today than you do normally, which is going some. And I hope that I can be everything you ever hoped for in that husband. I hope every day will be as happy as today. And I can't wait to grow old and even greyer with you. So ladies and gents, whilst you double check some mascara is waterproof, will you please stand and raise your glasses one last time. To my beautiful wife, Natalie. Well, I'm almost done now, so please bear with me on that side. One last bit, and this is where the gushing praise ends. I want to thank Rich, my best man. Keeping me sane and sober-ish last night and this morning. It's no mean feat, I promise you. For those of you who don't know Rich, we met whilst working at Kingston Smith Academy many years ago. He's a Spurs fan. An Essex boy. If his Jewish roots left him a little bit confused at the church earlier, the impossible dilemma of a free baby might be a little bit difficult. I'm sure that all the guys on the stag do would agree that Rich organised a brilliant stag for me. We spent a weekend in Hamburg. Visiting visiting various museums, visiting various museums, sampling the local cuisine, and taking in the more cultural aspects of the city. Some of which were well over 50 years old and deserve a round of applause. We gave them a good time. Taking away with it? No, frankly guys, I really couldn't ask for a better man or a better friend. You stood beside us today, and of course to lie down with his speech for 10 minutes. Unlike most best man speeches, which are full of absolutely terrible innuendos, he's promised me that if there's anything slightly risque, he'll whip it out immediately. So, so without further ado, I'd like to hand over to my best man.
Hi everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful time. So far so good. Good leave for you, Ed. I've been looking forward to it for a while. How beautiful does Natalie look? And effort, and here you are, fantastic wedding. And you cannot pick the better, more amazing bunch of bridesmaids to help you along your journey. And may it forwards. Formalities out of the way. Ed, I've kept my promise by the way, I'm not doing that joke. Anyone who wants to hear it later can hear it later. Why the hell did you pick me as your best man? I'm your definition of the best person you know. You had a terrible job of character. I'm not even the prettiest of the groom party. That wall, Ed, of course, Fred, Colin aside, goes to the Chipped Adonis, the Darth Panda himself, body clothes. Stand up and get it away. If I wasn't already engaged, I would love to be the exhibit soon. Never ever forget how it asked me to be his best man. We're on Kensington High Street on a busy weekend. And through the catch of the street, I hear my name, spoken by an angel. I turn around, Ed, he's on one knee. I was like, wait, not here, not now. But as I zipped up my trousers, when Natalie told me what was happening, I said it would be my greatest honour. I've had the pleasure, and a lot of mispleasure of knowing Ed, since we started our lives of accountancy at Kingston Smith. God, it's painful me to say that, mate. Our boss was actually meant to be here today, but unfortunately he got stuck up his own arse. Anyway, Ed is similar then to what he is now. He's a little bit more grey and a little bit more humble around the edges. But one of those things that made me stand out from the others isn't those blue eyes which you just melt into. It was his calmness. He has and always will be relaxation personified. Nothing could faze him or stress him, which he tells me boys and girls living with Natalie. Anyway, 3 years of hard graft, sweat and tears, and what did you achieve? Walton Hersham to the champions of Europe football manager. Damn right, half completed times crossword, and then something to do with an accountancy qualification. Now, as you can imagine, we like to keep our relationship on a high level cultural basis. Of course, museums, as you mentioned earlier. Now, the pinnacle of this is our daily raising of our lunches. We've been doing this about 5 or 6 years, every lunchtime, without fail. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill raising. This is like those 5 or 6 minutes you take out of your working day, you can sit back and you can think about your lunch. Normally you depend on whether the other half makes it. The nostalgia of his last meal, his last lunch, before getting married, was emotional. Corned beef sandwich, drinks and a beer, with a pound in the glass, the lady walking around the pub. So, following this great tradition, fish cake, lamb shank, pavlova, lots of booze, 9 out of 10, so I'm still missing that cheese sauce. Now I wish I could have known it throughout his life. I really wish I could. And I've only known him for the last 8 or 9 years. Now, a lot of you in a similar situation, you know, unless you grew up with him, we're all the same. So, you know, I don't want to feel like I missed out on things, so I did a little bit of research around it. But, you know, there's a lot of stories, so I'm going to summarise it. So, everyone, you have to bear with me for a little bit, okay? I'm going to have some awesome for this one.
You're better.
Got very good at Okay, age 0. Ed's character Maureen and Fred by Stalking and Stat. Age 1, Maureen says stop that and takes it back. Age 2, he's got help up, he begins to talk. Age 3, gets up his lazy arse and starts to walk. Age 4, goes to school and learns how to read and write. Age 5, learns how to spell willy farts and shites. Age 6, starts to become a ballet dancer. And age 7, dresses up as a pixie and becomes a little bit of a prancer. Age 8, unusual Christmas demand and asks for a rocking chair. Age 9, first run of the black climbing frame. Any higher is a little bit of a scare. Age 10, give up tap dance because it's finally too cool. Age 11, you finally join Big Boy School. Age 12, confused year 1. I really like girls and all things sugar and spice. But age 13, I really got to know some great mates and they're really rather nice. Age 14, football years 1, plays basketball, get tips and tries. Age 15, football years 2, gets tackled, uses the glass as a pillow and he continues to cry. Age 16, refuses to, I can make up my own mind. Age 17, maybe with the help of this Jimmy fella. He seems really kind. Age 18, let's stop this cider and start drinking beer. Because age 19, he meets Lolly clothes and something wants to do with him that rhymes with beer. Age 20, graduates from uni and becomes a man. So, age 21, travels the world and meets a lady called Dave in Bangkok. Age 22. Age 22, starts job 1, becomes a real rock of the accountancy world. Age 23, so much to squeeze in and life is so short. Age 24, I know I'm a year out but meets Natalie in Southport. Age 25, starts job 2. Climbing up that career tree. Age 26, starts job 3, ain't nothing going to stop me. Age 27, starts job 4, bugger me, people still want me as an employee. Age 28, lovely Natalie, moves down to Woking. Age 29, Ed proposes, she says you've got to be joking. Age 13, here we are, today, married and happy, but who knows what the future holds, you'll probably be senile and pissing in your nappy. Now over to Natalie. I think the best thing about Natalie is the aura of Natalie. How she works with kids and they're not allowed near her. She is so lovely and charming and smiling and well exactly. No, I think my stand-up memory is once come around to Woking and seeing very sheepish Natalie. Natalie, why so sheepish, I asked. Well said, Natalie, I may or may not purchase another pizza cutter. Now, with their eating habits, a pizza cutter is not high on the list of utensils. But what do you mean another pizza cutter? Well, says Natalie, with a smile that suggests again that purchase bears money. We may have a few of these already. Now, I think the roll of their eyes spoke more than volumes. It may have been the one pizza cutter that broke 3 sets of coffee, tea and sugar holders and 2 sets of cutlery bag. And that's all within the first 6 months of living together. However, because of everything you've done for me and for organising this amazing day, I've got you guys a little present with your very own engraved pizza cutter. And now, keep on rolling. Now we come to the salad. As you all know, we went to Hamburg, a beautiful cultural city in the heart of Germany. We went there for fun, and we went there to paint the town red. Or redder than it already was, you missed out something. The trip. It got me thinking the other day, in particular, a famous historical comment by John F. Kennedy. Ich bin ein Berliner. For that weekend, Ed could truly say, Ich bin ein Hamburger. So let's look at the metaphorical and literal meaning of this, shall we? Let's take the beginners. Ed, that's the prime cut, grade AB, sitting over there. covered with a large dose of relish from the gentleman he was with. Throw in a big green pickled gherkin for taste, smother it in very 2 warm pats of love, and there you have it, Ed the hamburger. I think the one thing that hopefully everyone will be taking back from Hamburg is the warm glow of making new friends. Everyone was amazing, but for me, it was John Denyer, Richie Parrish, and this man over here, Ben Horner, who Ed, I think I came really close to.
It tasted good.
It tasted good.
Sweet.
It was a great time, and thanks to everyone for helping to make it a memorable experience for Ed. And Annette, I got Colin and Joe back in one piece. So take it away. Now, I don't normally buy into the Southern Fairy, Northern Toughness malarkey, but how Natalie's granddad was still up at 5:30 AM drinking. Absolute legend. Which goes into my next point. Ed, in that, you're 2 different people from 2 different parts of the United Kingdom, whose lives may never have crossed had it not been for a fateful pre-wedding night out of Southport and a request for a young lady to take a photo, and then a showing of a tattoo. And now a taxi journey. That's just a different story for a different time. There are cultural, regional, and dare I say language barriers that keep all these two apart. Ed was short and Natalie's cheese. Too easy, mate, sorry. He was Jelly Bills, but chicken and chips. But there is more in common than you think. For example, they love the smiley potato faces, rosé wine, but their sense of direction. Now, I know we've touched on this story briefly before, but let's just reminisce. This was a fateful trip, a trip they'd been looking forward to for ages. Ed said, let's go get some sun and sand. Natalie says, yes, I love sand. So off they go to Palma, Mallorca, a beautiful Mediterranean spot. But by pure skill, a touch of luck, and a little bit of spelling mishap, they could end up in Palma, famous for, amongst other things, its ham. You know the great people they are, you would never let that thrown, and you guys went off and had a fantastic holiday. So as you go to Sri Lanka for your honeymoon, I hope they get the spelling right for that one, mate. I just want to take this moment to mention briefly the weekend in Southport I went to Joe's 80th. It really opened my eyes to many things. Not just how crazy Joanne really is, but how warm and open everyone was. How well Fred and Maury got on with everyone up there in Southport is just great. And you really made me feel part of the family for that weekend. I was extremely humbled. Guys, you know, there's so many jokes you can say about in-laws, but you both know how lucky you are. You have a great family down here, and a great family up in Southport. You know when it happens when the kids start popping along, they're going to have the best, most supportive people. That is worth its weight in gold. You don't have to be a genius to realise there's 2 people here who are truly and madly in love with each other. Sorry, that isn't me then. But regardless, when you see your friends and family, you wish each and every one of them the happiest life possible. At some points in life, this will come easily, and other points, this will come by very hard work. But for Ed and Nat, you know there is the will for each of them to work at making each other as happy as possible. And I think it's their closeness, I think it's truly infectious and spreads to everyone else who knows them. Speaking from a personal point of view, I can't think of a time or place that being in a company I've never felt anything apart from being relaxed and happy. Even if he does have a tendency to slap me on my bald head, it never takes away from the fun and laughter. Guys, I genuinely wish you, as does everyone here, the best and happiest marriage possible. And on that last point, I hope everyone can stand and raise their glass. To Ed and Nat. And the official time for those that are gambling is 37.5 minutes.